Hello, welcome to the video Java MongoDB CRUD operations tutorial with me Nam Hà from codejava.net. Through this video, I will guide you how to develop a Java program that connects to a local instance of a MongoDB database to perform CRUD operations on a collection such as insert documents, find query documents, update documents, and delete documents. To follow this video, make sure that you have installed these software programs on your computer: Java Development Kit or JDK, Eclipse IDE, and MongoDB Community Server and Mongo Shell. First, let me start the local instance of MongoDB on my computer. So I change the current directory in the command prompt to the directory where I installed MongoDB to the bin directory here, and then type the command MongoDB with the options flag, double dashes, and auth here to indicate that the server will be running in secure mode, requiring the clients provide authentication to connect to the server. Okay, the server is being started, and you can see it says listening on 127.0.0.1 here. That means the MongoDB server is listening on localhost on this port number 27017. And I also run the MongoDB Shell program to connect to the server, and we can use the Mongo Shell program to verify the data we store in the MongoDB database. Change the directory to the installation directory of MongoDB and bin directory, and type the command MongoDB and specify the parameters for username and password, because MongoDB server requires authentication. So this is a username, super user, and password. Okay, the client program has connected to the server. You can verify by typing this command show on databases, and you can see it lists 4 databases: admin, core Java, config, and local here. Now let's create a new Java project in Eclipse IDE. We are going to create a Maven project here. Check this option to skip archetype selection. Just create a simple Maven project. Enter the group ID is .code Java. Artifact ID is MongoDB CRUD app. Finished. So here we have a Java Maven project got created here. Change the version of Java to 1.8 here, and open the Maven project file, the pom.xml file here, and to use MongoDB driver for Java to develop Java client applications for MongoDB. We need to declare dependency for MongoDB Java driver. So the first dependency we need to specify is from MongoDB group ID is auth.mongodb, and artifact ID is MongoDB dash driver. C and version. Here I use the latest version at this time, which is 1.1.0 beta 2, and this is a MongoDB driver for Java. Save, and you see Maven automatically downloads the required Java file for MongoDB driver for Java here. And notice that MongoDB is a NoSQL database. It's not a relational database like MySQL or Oracle, so it doesn't have JDBC driver. It provides driver for Java, not JDBC driver. And to use MongoDB driver for Java, we also need to declare dependencies for logging framework. MongoDB driver for Java depends on simple logging facade for Java srf for J. So we need to declare the dependency for org.srf for J. And artifact ID is srf for J dash API. And I'm using the version number 1.7.13. And for the logging framework implementation, I use log4j 1.2. So I declare this dependency. Group ID is copy here. Group ID is org.srf4j, and artifact ID is srf4j dash log4j12 for log4j version 1.2, and the version of this dependency is 1.7.13. Okay, save the changes, and you see Maven automatically downloads the jar files for srf4j and log4j version 1.2.17 here. That's the required dependencies to develop Java applications that connect to a MongoDB database server. And we also need to create a very simple log4j configuration file. So create a new properties file here under the resources directory, log4j.properties. We specify the root logger and the console appender. Log4j.root logger. We use debug logging level for testing purpose, and the appender is console appender. Log4j.appender console equal to the class org.apache.log4j.console appender. And then we need to specify the layout class is org.apache.log4j pattern layout, and then we specify the pattern for the login message is conversion. Pattern is %d for the date and time, %t for the thread name, %p for the logging level or priority and %c for the longer name or fully qualified name of the class dash separator and logging message and line separator. That's it for the configuration of log4j. Next, we are going to code the first Java program that connects to the local instance of MongoDB database server to insert some JSON documents to a collection named inventory here with this data. And this here sample JSON document we are going to insert into the collection inventory in MongoDB database. You see. Okay, back to our Eclipse project and create a new Java class here. This is the first program that connects and inserts some documents to a MongoDB database server. So we name it as MongoDB insert, and we specify the package is net.codejava. Finish. Okay, and create the main method to launch this program. And firstly, we need to connect to a MongoDB database server. You know, the MongoDB database server is running in authentication mode, secure mode that requires authentication from the clients. So we need to declare connection URI to connect to the server. MongoDB is a prefix colon double forward slashes and the username, super user, and password, and host name, localhost, and port number. And the default port number is 27017. And then we create a new instance of Mongo clan. Here, clan equal Mongo clans. Create and passing the URI string here. So you can see the URI that is used to connect to MongoDB database server is something similar to JDBC URL. But note that MongoDB database is not a relational database. It's a NoSQL database, which stores JSON documents, not tables. Okay. After connecting to the server, we get the database, Mongo database equal clan. We get database. We are going to create a database name. For example, here in the server, we have 3-4 database: admin, CodeJava, config, and local. Now we are going to create this database, submit. And then we get a collection, Mongo collection of document, connection equal database get collection. MongoDB database server, we create the database and create the collection if they don't exist. After we insert some documents to the collection, and the collection name is inventory. Let's test the connection to the server first. So comment this line, and the most simplest way to verify connection to the server is get the database names from the server client. Get list database names here, database names here, and we iterate for each name. We use lambda expression in Java to print out the name of each database here. Now let's run this program to make sure that it actually connects to MongoDB database server. We can click the run button in the toolbar here, run Java application. You can see the program prints the database names admin code Java config and local here. That means it has successfully connected to Mongo database server, and you can see this is a logging message printed by Mongo Java Driver using a log4j, and you can see it was sending command to list databases here. Opened connection here. Now let's try to change the username here, and we should got an error. Run the program again. You see, we got an error here. Mongo command exception authenticating Mongo credential. Now let's change the username to the default super user. Run the program again. It connects to the server and prints the database names here. Okay, so that's for the connection to the server. Now let me update the code to insert a JSON document to the collection inventory here. So we create a new document object here. For example, we are going to insert this JSON document with this attributes name, journal, quantity, rating, size, status, tags here. So the name of this object is journal equal new document. And when creating a new document, we can specify the key and value of our attribute. Here we specify the name. Name is journal here, and change the name of the collection to inventory here. And we specify the second attribute, which is quantity here. We can use this method append. Quantity and value is 25 here. And the third attribute is rating, which is a list of objects here, object score here. So we need to use document score equal new document with the name is score, value is 9 here. And because the rating is an attribute with value is a list of objects, so we need to put to the journal put here with the key is rating. Sorry, for the list of value we use the append method here, and we use the list list interface of here to create a list with only one object score here. And then we insert the journal document to the collection inventory. Insert one. We use the method insert one to insert only one document journal here. Now let's run this program to test if the document will be inserted or not, and then we can update the code for the rest of the attributes here. Run as Java application, and you can see no error in the console view, and you can see Mongo Java Driver was sending the command insert to the collection inventory here. Now let's switch to Mongo Shell CRUD program to verify. Show databases, and you can see the new database name got created here, subme, and then we use subme database, and you can show the collections in this current database, and you can see the new collection inventory got created here, and we can use this command db.inventory is the name of the collection, and then .file to list all documents in the named collection inventory here. And you can see it lists one document here with the name journal, quantity 25, rating score 9 here. Exactly we specify in the code here, you see. And MongoDB database server automatically generates the underscore ID attribute here for the object identifier for each document in the database. Now let's update the code here to specify the rest attributes. And next, the attribute size, which is a list, which is a JSON object for the size. So we create a new document object, document size equal new document. The first attribute is height. The value is 14, and the second attribute is width. Value is 21, and unit is cm. Yeah. So this is a document representing size. Yeah, and then we put this document object to the collection. Sorry, to the journal document. Journal.put key is size, and value is the object size. Yeah. So for a list of values, we should use the append method, and for an object, we should use the put method. And the next attribute is status, which is a single value. So it's very simple. Journal append status A. And the last attribute tags is a list of values string brown light here. So we append tags, and for a list of string values here, we can use the array utility class as list and specify the values. brown light. Yeah, that's it. And let's run this program again. Run as Java application. Okay, successfully. And let's verify in the Mongo Shell. Run this command again, and you can see now we are having two documents in the collection inventory here, and you can see the second document with all the attributes we want here. Let's update the code the method ready to rectify the JSON document, and you can see the second JSON document here. Object identifier automatically generated by the server. Name, quantity, rating, size is a JSON object. Tags is a list of string values here. And the first document we inserted before here. Perfect, right? So far we have just inserted only one document journal to the collection inventory. Now let me show you a faster way to insert a JSON document to a collection in MongoDB from JSON string directory. Okay, so delete this object-oriented code. Now we can create a new document object from JSON string. Document notebook equal document dot pass. We can pass JSON string here. Now we can pass JSON string to insert a notebook document to the inventory collection. And the first attribute is name, which is notebook, and quantity, size, status. Quantity is 50, and size is object, so we use this syntax. Height is 8.5, width is 11, and unit is inch. Yeah. And the next attribute is rating. Rating is a list of objects, so we can have more than one rating. For example, first rating with score 7, and second rating with score 8. Yeah. And then the next attribute is status. A, for example. And then the last attribute is tags here. Tags, which is a list of values. Call list root, and perforated. Yeah, that's it. How to create a new JSON document from JSON string directory like this, and then we can insert into collection in MongoDB. It's much simpler than writing object-oriented code as you were seen before. Now let's run this program to insert this document notebook. Run as the application. We got an error here. So that means we have syntax error. We need to have closing curly brace here. Expecting a name but file. So let's see what went wrong here. Notebook quantity size. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. Okay. So with the drawback with string as JSON, because you can have syntax error and it's hard to figure out what went wrong. Okay, success. And let's verify in the Mongo Shell. You can see the last document for notebook here. You see perfectly. Size rating has two objects, score 7, score 8. Status tags here. Perfect. And we can do the same to insert the rest of documents, paper, planner, and postcard here. For paper, name is paper, quantity 100, height the same, score we have on score 10, status D, and tags that's watercolor. And I will show you how to insert multiple documents at once. So this document is paper, and we create another document, planner, name planner, quantity 75, height 22.85, width is 30, unit is cm, yeah. Score 10, tag 2019, status D, and the last document is postcard here. So we are going to insert 3 documents, paper, planner, and postcard at once. Name is postcard, quantity 45, height is 10, width is 6, unit centimeter, double-sided white as the values for tags, double-sided white, rating 1, rating 2, status D. Okay, now to insert multiple documents, we use the method insert many for the inventory here. Insert many and specify a list of documents. So we can use a list of paper, planner, and postcard here. So you can see this is how we can insert many documents into the collection at once. Now let's run this program. Now we got an error here. Syntax error in the JSON string here. Tag Run again. We're missing closing. So you can see with JSON string like this, we easily got mistakes. Okay, successful. Now let's verify in Mongo Shell. And you can see it lists paper, planner, and postcard here. Exactly what we have specified in the code here. Perfect, right? And run this command to gratify the output. Here you see postcard, planner, paper here. Perfect, right? Next, let's create a second Java program that connects to MongoDB database server and then perform execute the retrieve operation to query documents, to find documents from a collection in the MongoDB database. So we can copy this class, copy and paste here, and change the name to MongoDB query. Yeah, we did the code that inserts the documents. Yeah, and now let's write a query to find all documents from a collection. So we can use a method from the collection inventory find here without any arguments to list all documents in the collection. This will return an iterable or find iterable of document here or result. And we can use for each document D. We use lambda expression, print the JSON string of the document D to JSON. Yeah, that's it. Very simple. Query that will return all the documents from a given collection. Now let's run this program. Run as Java application. And you see in the console view, it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 documents from the collection inventory here. Journal, two journal, paper, notebook, planner, postcard here. And let me insert new line before and after here, so we can see the output easily. We can also specify a document object as argument to the file method here to file documents, query documents based on JSON keyword. Now let me show you how file documents with name journal here. Change this variable name to docs. So we write inventory find, and we can pass a new document here with the attribute is name and value is journal here. So if we find only the documents whose attribute name has the value journal, we call this only journal result here, only journal result, and for each just print the JSON document. So copy and paste. Yeah, that's it. And now let's run this program. And you can see it prints two journals here, two journal documents here. Exactly we want to search for in the query, because we passed a document with the name journal here. Let's change the name to journal 1 here. I'll run again and it should print nothing. Okay, I comment this code. And you can see it prints nothing because no documents with the name journal1 found in the collection. We can search for the document whose tags is, or whose quantity, whose status is A, for example. So we specify the attribute status and value is A. And here for each document D here, we execute it code block to print out the, you can use a document here. You can use the method get, specify the key here. For example, key is name. Yeah, to get the name of the document. And also as an attribute, for example, status. Yeah. Just print name and status in a single line. Document. You get string status. If you sure that the value of the attribute is the string, you can use the get string status. Okay, let's run this program again. And you can see it prints two documents, journal and notebook, which have the status A here. Let's see in the Mongo Shell here, we have two documents, journal and status with status A. In Mongo Shell, we can also passing a JSON here to search status A. Sorry, we need to have colon here. You see, there are two objects, journal and notebook, which have the status A. A here, you see, A, and A here, you see. Now let's write more complex query. So delete. For example, we want to search for documents which the quantity is less than 50. Okay. So how to do that in Java? So we call inventory file here, and we can pass the boolean filter object here. So we call filters from this package here, com.mongodb.clan.model here, and then we can specify the condition. For example, less than here, and the field name is quantity, and value is 50. So this we search for documents with quantity less than 50. Result for each document we print the JSON information, JSON string to JSON. Yeah. Now let's run this program. And you can see it prints 3 documents which have the quantity less than 50 here, 2 journals and 1 postcard here. Exactly. See, in the database we have these documents and only 3 journal, another journal and postcard which have the quantity less than 50, and the others having a quantity greater than 50. Now let me show you more. So copy and paste, and we system not print line with the argument here to insert a line separator over blank line too, so you can see the output easily. Here in the second query, we search for documents with with size with the attribute height greater than 10. Okay, so it is more complex. So here we use the method gt, meaning greater than. Then we can use the nested attribute size dot height here, and the value we want to compare is 10. So this we search for documents with size dot height greater than 10. Call this result 2. Okay, now let's run this program again. And you can see it prints journal and planner, 2 documents that has a size with height greater than 10, height 14, and height 22.85 here, and the other has a height less than 10, 8.5, 8.5, and 10 here. Perfect, right? And I will show you how to use more complex searching query. We can combine multiple conditions together. So, for example, I want to search for documents that has status D, and the quantity is greater than 50. Okay. Search for documents with status A and quantity greater than 50. So let me show you how. Then we can use filters and method here to combine to add 2 conditions. The first condition is the quantity should be greater than 50, greater than 50, and the second condition is the status. So status equal, so we can use this method equal. Status equal value is D, whose status is D. So this query we search for the documents with status D and quantity greater than 50. So we use the AND filters dot AND here to combine more than one condition. Now let's run this program. You see, it prints two documents, paper and planner, with quantity greater than 50 here, and you can see the status is 5 is D here exactly, and we can use the filter dot or here to search either quantity is greater than 50 or either status is D, and it will return more result. Let's run the program again. And now you can see it prints 3 documents, and you can see the postcard document with quantity less than 50, but the status is D, so it also included in the result. Yeah. So to learn more, you can try different method in the filters. Here you see many operators, so you can construct complex search query for documents in a collection in MongoDB database. Next, let me show you how to code the third Java program that connects to a MongoDB database server and then update some documents in a collection in the database. For example, we want to update the quantity of notebook here to a different value, say for example 200. So how to do that in Java code with the MongoDB Java Driver. So let's create the third Java program, copy and paste here, and change the file name to MongoDB update. We also get the database submit collection inventory. Okay, and now to update, we can use the method update one from the collection. Update one here. It we try to update the first document it found, and we need to pass the filter. For example, we want to update the filters equal name is notebook. Here we want to update the document notebook, and then we want to update the quantity. We set the quantity value to 200, so we use the update class. Update class here, and in this update class we can use the method to update the values. Here we use a set method to set value. Here set quantity to 200 here for the notebook. That's it, very simple. This is an update query in MongoDB. Now let's check the database, the collection first here. So you see the document notebook with quantity 50 here. Now let's run this program. Run as Java application. Successful. You can see in the console view it prints sending update command here. Now let's verify in the Mongo Shell here, and you can see the notebook document. The quantity has been updated to 200 here. Perfect, right? To combine more complex query, you can use different methods from filters and updates utility class here. Now let me show you how to update more than one documents at the same time at once. For example, we want to update all the status of all the documents here to A. So we need to use this method update many. Here we also pass filters here. Filters. For example, we want to update only the documents with a quantity greater than 50 to the status A. Greater than quantity greater than 50, then we update the status updates set status to A here. Now before that we need let's verify in the database. We find all the documents with the quantity find all the document, and you see we have the document paper greater than quantity greater than 50, planner greater than 50, notebook greater than 50, status A, status D. Now let's run this program. Okay, successful. Now let's check again, and you can see paper quantity greater than 100, and status has been updated to A. Before it was D here, and the same for planner here, quantity 50, 75, and status update to A here. So two documents was updated, and the status of the document notebook here is already A here. So that gives you the idea how to update documents in MongoDB database. You can use the method update one or update many on the collection, and use filters and updates here. Filters to search and updates to specify the operation. Set. See here. And lastly, I will show you how to write the third Java program that connects to a MongoDB database server, and then delete some documents in the collection inventory. For example, I want to delete only one document. I want to delete the document with name journal here. So now in the database we have two documents with the name journal here, and now I want to delete these two. So create a third Java program, copy, paste, name it as MongoDB, delete. Here we get the database, get the collection, and then on the collection object we call the method delete one or delete many. For example, I want to delete many because I want to delete two documents with the same name, journal here, you see. So I need to use the method delete many and specify a filters. Yeah, filter equal name equal to journal here. That's it, very simple. And let's run this program. Successful, and you can see it sending delete command. And let's check the database. For example, I want to find the document with the name journal. And you can see no result found. That means the documents with the name journal have been deleted. You see, this is all documents from the collection inventory, and we don't see the journal document anymore. Now I want to delete only one document. The first document is found in the collection. I want to delete the document paper, for example. So it is very simple. Equal name equal to paper. Run this program. MongoDB delete. Successful. And let's update. And you can see the document planner was deleted, as you see. Now we want to delete many. We want to delete all the documents which the quantity less than 50. For example, filters dot less than, and the field name is quantity less than 50. That's it. And currently we have only postcard, so I want to delete document which has a quantity greater than 50. So it will delete notebook and planner here. Now let's run this program again. Successful. And let's check the database here, and you can see now there is only one document in the collection postcard here. The documents notebook and planner have been removed. So that's very easy to perform delete operation with on a collection with MongoDB. Awesome. So that you have learned how to develop some Java programs that connect to MongoDB database server to perform CRUD operations, create, retrieve, update, and delete on a collection in a MongoDB database. Insert some documents to a collection, file query documents from collection, update documents in a collection, and delete documents from collection. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please help me to grow this channel by clicking the button subscribe and then like, comment and share this video. Thank you.